Hello, this is OpenEye trainer Chris Galinsky. In this lesson, we'll cover installation information, including adding cameras and optimization. During this exercise, we'll show you how to add cameras and update their sort order, how to edit multiple cameras at once, and how to connect directly to Camera's UI. To begin, let's walk through the process of adding a new camera to your recorder. Please note, in this lesson we will only be covering cameras that are connected to a recorder. If you will need to set up and configure cloud cameras, more information can be found in the knowledge base. To add a camera to a recorder from the OWS video player, click the three-dot menu button next to the recorder you want to add a camera to. From the pop-up menu, click Recorders, then the recorder you want to manage, and finally, Device Setup. From the recorder setting, you can add a camera using the Add Cameras button. From the Add Camera menu, there are several options available. For now, we will use the recommended method of adding a camera, which is using the Discovery method. This will show all of the cameras the recorder was able to automatically detect on the network. From here, you could select one or more cameras listed and click the Add Selected Cameras button. All selected cameras will automatically be linked to your recorder. Whenever possible, using the Discovery method to add a camera is recommended. However, there are other options. If one or more cameras are not discovered, there are several alternatives. First is the manual screen. This workflow is ideal for situations where one or two cameras on your network were not automatically discovered. Enter all the information here. If you are adding an OpenEye PTZ camera, it's best to check the PTZ SDK override checkbox. If you are adding a non-OpenEye PTZ camera, you should consult tech support on your use case before using this checkbox. Once you've entered the necessary information, you can press Save to add a single camera, or Save and Add New if you're adding additional cameras. If you need to add multiple cameras manually, you can use the Import option. From the Import tab, you have several important options. If you are planning to import multiple cameras, you will first begin by downloading the template. This will generate a CSV file that, once opened in your spreadsheet software, will allow you to add a series of cameras to the document. Once finished, you can then click the import box or drag the CSV file into the import box to upload it. Finally, if you ever have the need, there is an option here to export your current connected camera list to a CSV file. Please remember, import and manual are available options when needed, but it is strongly recommended to use the Discover option to add new cameras whenever possible. Let's return to our list of existing cameras. Once you have added your cameras, we can change the order they appear through the Sort By drop-down list. We have several options available here. This is a useful and quick way to find cameras based on whatever information you have. The State option allows you to quickly see any cameras that are disabled. If you know the IP address, name, or model, selecting those options will sort by that parameter. Notice the cameras are now alphabetical by name. Let me return us to the user-defined sort option. The user-sorted option allows you to manually select the order of the cameras. This allows you to place the highest priority cameras at the top of the list, making them quick and easy to manage and monitor. If you want to reorder the list, you can click the Edit Sort Order button. Here, the system is reminding us that when we reorder the cameras, it will change the list for all users. To confirm this message, click Start Editing now. From this screen, we can reorder the cameras by clicking and dragging the dots on the left-hand side of the camera. Watch as I drag Northwest Drive camera to the bottom of the list. Once you have rearranged the cameras to your liking, click the Save button. Take a moment to review this screen. Once you're done, click Continue. Next, we will discuss the multi-camera edit workflow. This tool allows you to quickly and simply manage several or all of your cameras at one time. Let's take a look at that workflow now. To manage multiple cameras, start by clicking the Multi-Camera Edit button. From this screen, we will start by selecting which cameras you want to edit. We can select individual cameras by clicking the box next to them. We could continue to check cameras as needed. If we wish to work on all cameras, we can click the Select All hyperlink. Now that we've selected the cameras we want to edit, we have several options to choose from. First, we have Delete Selected Cameras. We have a few options from the Delete menu. First, we can disable the cameras. This will keep them connected to the recorder, but will no longer record video or be accessible from the video player. We can, however, enable them easily in the future. We also have the ability to delete the cameras. This will remove the cameras from our recorder, and if we ever need to access them again in the future, it will have to be re-added. We don't currently want to take either of these actions, so we'll click the Cancel option. From this screen, we also have the ability to update the camera's thumbnail. This allows you to have a new preview image to quickly and easily identify each camera. As our thumbnails are up to date, we'll click the Next button to see more edit options. From this screen, we can see several options that we can update for all of our selected cameras, including General options, Recording options, and both Recorder and Camera Analytic options. Take a few moments to familiarize yourself with the options on screen. Next, we'll discuss camera settings. This allows us to edit individual cameras, as well as view various analytics if we have a supported camera and licensing tier. To access camera settings, from the list of cameras, you simply click on the device. After clicking on the camera, you are first shown the General tab. This tab gives you access to basic settings such as name, enable or disable the camera, connection settings, and other ancillary options. Do note that the IP address link located here will connect you to the camera's UI. There are a few other options to connect to the camera's UI as well that we will discuss later in this lesson. Before we begin, let me scroll down a bit to show you all the available options. From the Recordings tab, we can adjust several settings. First, we can adjust what video stream should be saved to your recorder. You can set the camera to only record when it detects an event, record everything at the same quality, record events at a separate quality than non-event times, or only be able to access the camera view without any recordings. After selecting how you plan to record, you can then adjust the quality of continuous and event recording. It is important to remember that the higher the quality of the recording, the more storage space you will need to retain that video. Often, continuous recording is set to a relatively low quality, and event recording is set much higher. This allows for continuous recording while balancing the cost of the recorder. Finally, we have the setting for stream quality. This allows you to adjust the resolution and frame rate depending on available bandwidth. I will scroll back to the top of the screen. This is the Analytics Settings tab. From this tab, we can configure standard motion detection and define the detection areas. You're also able to configure other types of analytics here as well. It is important to remember that only certain subscription tiers and cameras have access to advanced analytics. For more information on analytics, talk with your sales representative about needed hardware and subscriptions. From this screen, you have the ability to enable or disable any of the server-side analytics as well as modify the setups. Let's enable vehicle detection. Depending on your recorder setup, you may be informed about resource usage. This pop-up informs you of your current system usage to help prevent you from reducing your system's performance. I will scroll down to show you the final option. Here, we can see the General Analytics section. The setup option will allow you to enable or disable recording the event stream from the camera. Also, we have the Camera button, which will connect you directly to the camera's UI. Connecting to the camera's UI is how you can configure or adjust any built-in camera analytics, such as license plate recognition. We previously saw how to connect to the UI from the General tab. Later in this lesson, we'll discuss the third and final way to connect to the camera. I will scroll back up now. Though further setup is available for various analytics, we will not cover them in this lesson. For more information about analytics or server-side analytics setup, please visit the knowledge base. Let me scroll down to show you all of the image settings. To adjust these settings, click the Edit button. From here, you can adjust various image quality settings of the camera. If needed, you are also able to connect directly to the camera's interface from this screen. From this tab, you can enable fisheye support, denote whether the fisheye is on the wall or ceiling, and, in rare cases, you may need to use advanced configuration to improve image dewarping. We will not change any fisheye settings. From the audio settings screens, you have the ability to enable audio recording, live audio, and two-way audio if your device supports these functions. It is important to ensure that you are aware of all local laws regarding audio recording and to set these settings accordingly. As we saw in the previous section, from the Images tab, we were able to connect directly to the camera. This connection offers unique fine-tuning in image settings. Let's explore a second option for connecting directly to one of your cameras. To start with, let's expand the location of the camera we want to use. With the camera list visible, placing your mouse over a camera will make a menu button appear. This button looks like 3 dots. From the pop-up menu, click Open Camera Link to access the camera's interface. The login screen will look different depending on the make and model of your selected camera. If you need more information about your specific camera, please locate the manufacturer's device documentation. It is important to know that camera linking is only available for certain devices, and each manufacturer will have their own settings. Take a moment to review this information and click Continue when you're finished. That's it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact training@openeye.net.